I shut the door of my room. All is safe. On my desk are photos, my photos. Photos of my best friend and I laughing in the rain. Photos of my family pet playing in the park. And photos of my mom, dad, and sibling from last Christmas.
On my walls are posters, my posters. Posters of video games and Justin Bieber. In this room, the music of the weekend plays. Here there are no voices that yell. Here there are no looks that tell me that I'm not good enough. Here there are no looks that tell me that I'm not good enough. And then I hear my phone and see the text.
This is my life, and I'm not even safe in my own room.
I'm going into 11th grade. Bullying has been a part of my life ever since I entered school. When I was 3 years old, I was already reading at a grade 1 level. Kids started picking on me when they found out I was smart. It got worse when they found out I wasn't athletic. I have a mild form of cerebral palsy. You don't notice it right away when you first meet me, but I'm very uncoordinated. My balance isn't great, and I'm always tripping over my own feet. Gym class was awful. Kids who couldn't do other things were ridiculed by the other kids and even the teacher. It became a game for kids to push me down and shove me. I fell so easily, they thought it was funny, even though I told them it wasn't. You see, if a kid gets away with being a jerk in grade 1 or 2, chances are by the time he's in 8th grade, he's going to be really good at it. If they were too many to fight, I would just run away.
They did all kinds of things to me. They pushed my head in between the bars of the bike rack. They would steal or break my possession, rip up my completed homework, or tear my clothes. They would poke me with pens on the back of my neck if they sat behind me. Crazy adults would not put up with it. I was invited to a dance like a formal by a girl who was a lot more popular than I was. I thought finally this is all over and I'm gonna have friends. She bragged about it all over the school about how she and I were gonna go to the dance. I got a haircut, new clothes, and got all dressed up. My mom said I looked really good.
The plan was to meet at school. My mom dropped me off and I waited in the foyer like real rich. Finally, she walks in the arms of another guy and says to me really loud so everyone could hear, "I can't believe you thought I'll actually go out with you." She started to laugh and tell everyone what a loser I was. The guy that was her date hadn't known anything about it. He even apologized to me. What was she thinking? That this will make her prettier, smarter? It didn't. I hope that's a moment of her life that she'll regret. I stayed at the dance. My pride wouldn't let me call home to get picked up early. For 4 hours, I had kids laughing at me, pointing at me, and pretending it didn't bother me. When mom picked me up, I got in the van and closed the door. That's when I started to cry.
Overweight, smart, gay, shy, just different from the crowd. Whatever the reason, thousands of children are being bullied, sometimes to death, in America's school system. This year alone, 14 students have committed suicide. According to the U.S. Department of Education, 160,000 children a day stay home from school because they're afraid of being bullied. Others bring weapons to school, to scare, to defend, to even destroy. And then there are those who turn their confusion and despair upon themselves. Yesterday, 17-year-old Tyler Long had had enough after years of alleged bullying in this Murray County, Georgia school system. Tyler had gone from a fun-loving child to what his parents say was just a shell of the boy they once knew. One morning, 2 months into his junior year of high school, Tyler Long had changed out of his pajamas and into his favorite t-shirt and jeans. He strapped the belt around his neck and hanged himself from the top shelf of the bedroom closet. I stepped into the room and I found Tyler in the closet, his father recalled, his voice shaking with emotion.
Thank you all for coming. From the day Tyler was born, I was probably the proudest father in the world. Because he was the firstborn, he was the first son. He always had that laugh about him. I don't know, it was just contagious. Now, Tyler wasn't the most athletic kid. When he was in PE, he was always the last chosen. Nobody wanted to be on his team. Nobody wanted to play with him. They would take things from him. They'd spit in his food. They'd call him gay and faggot. And they took his pride from him. And it took a toll on him early in middle school to where he cried, and then it got to the point where he didn't cry anymore. And that's when it became truly difficult to understand what he was going through, but I should have seen it. Why didn't I? For now, all I can do is have faith that I'll be able to see him again. And that's what I live for. And I have to live for my other two kids, and I have to make their life as comfortable and as pleasant and as peaceful as I can.
You started getting teased by the 4th and 5th grade, says a friend. By the 6th grade, the kids were starting to get mean. By the 7th grade, he was a physical called homeschool. His parents tried homeschooling, but the attack did not stop. It was eye to eye, over the telephone, personal, or the internet, said his grandma, Judy Walsh. He spent most of his life debating.
Saturday, Friday, 13-year-old Seth Walsh attempted suicide. Today, close to 600 in a small California town outside of Los Angeles. Graham went to First Baptist Church to remember the teen who loved Pokemon, adored French fries above all other foods, and had an obsession with disco music. The church is so crowded that Pastor Ron Barker had to ask runners to sit in the middle along the middle aisle of the church, so that
So I believe that if more kids stepped up, when Tyler was being bullied, then took a stand alongside Tyler, then Tyler would still be here today. Everything starts with one and builds up. So go out there and find that child, that one child, the new kid who just moved to town, the one standing over there by himself. Be his friend. Smile. Be willing to help him up when he's pushed down. Be willing to stand up for him. It all starts there. It all starts now.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I've finally grown up. It took way too long. I thought it was all about survival, and my whole life it was governed by fear. But now I know that the real strength is kindness.
I'm sorry, Seth. Then I remembered the scared and sad look on your face, and it made me feel so big and important. Now I remember that look, and it makes me feel so small when I was a pathetic one. Now I know better. I am sorry. Now it's my turn to have